All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Wounds to Wisdom podcast. I'm your host, George.
Did you just see the face then? Is that Wounds to Wisdom? It's like, let's have a chat about that.
You didn't introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Ben.
And I'm Chelsea.
And today is Cheeky Chats with Chels.
Yay!
Please do rip headphone users. Please don't do that. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, this is Bern's youngest daughter, Chelsea, and my sister. Welcome
Thank you.
for your first episode.
I know.
How do you feel?
I feel really great to be here.
This is not ASMR.
Sorry. It's natural habit, all right? I feel great. This is really awkward.
Tell us how you really feel. Yeah.
This is really fucking awkward. This is how I really
It's
feel.
awkward because you're not used to having something. If you feel staged sometimes, because we sit here and it feels really staged, and that was the last thing we wanted it to feel like. We
It feels
actually want it to
really
feel
staged.
really simple. If you can just take the mics and take them, like, what do you say? Just there, gone of the cameras.
It really is just supposed to be a regular ass conversation between regular ass people.
I'll get used to it. It just feels fucking...
So can we just
Interrogations.
What we might do is just share with our listeners that what we do in this household, everybody's valued. Every opinion is valued. We bounce off of each other. We've learnt this. It's not something that's come. Trust me, I've made my mistakes as a parent. But we have learnt to bounce off of each other. We've learnt to share our shit and to process it and talk about it so that we can always move forward happier and healthier and
Nothing is off the table in our family.
correct.
Everything's up for discussion.
Much to Craig's, my husband's discuss sometimes at the dinner table because we can get into some pretty conversations he doesn't want to talk about, especially with the female anatomy. So that being said, we were sitting on the couch before having breakfast because for us it's Saturday morning, and we went to the show last night as a family and had an awfully good time. There you go. So, and this morning we were just sitting on the couch chatting like we do. This is what we want to try and bring in here. And Chelsea was talking about bits and pieces about her, and the conversation very quickly changed to me, which I'm always okay about because I own my shit, and I think it's really good as a parent to be able to show that vulnerable side to my girls and show that it's okay to fuck up because we all fuck up. Do you want to talk about a few things about what we talked on the couch, or do you want to slide it to me and put the limelight on me?
I think you want the limelight first. I'm sorry. I think you really...
You're not sorry.
No, I'm not. No. I think this needs to be talked about now because it needs to get off your chest.
Because I've got cranky pants on. I have cranky pants on.
Quite cranky, yes.
So something changed between the couch and coming in here. Oh, there goes my pen. We obviously don't need that either. Something changed. So, and I think it might have been the fact that you called. George didn't hear it. You say what you said outside.
Oh my God,
about
tell me,
the
what was
business.
it?
About the business.
Oh.
I said I'm excited to have babies with Bern, and Mum said it's not called that anymore. And I said, excuse me.
You did not.
I said-
You did not do it like that. You were like,
I said,
What?
excuse me, what do you mean? And she's like, oh, it's called, I don't even remember, Heart-Led Lives, whatever, I don't know. Or the other one. And I said, well, I feel like you need to talk about the first part because now it doesn't make sense what
Give
I'm
it
going to say.
context, yeah.
Mum was like, I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling like I'm not led to do this, blah, blah, blah. It's just being too hard at the moment just because I said I don't want this to be out with my eczema and all of that. And then she goes, I just, like, I don't know, I'm just feeling so lost. Like, I just don't want to do this. Don't tell George. And I was like,
No.
Rude.
But if you think about the last couple of days, how we've recorded, it hasn't worked. Our last guest had to bring a child along. It all just was like, what the fuck? Are we meant to do this or what?
That's so funny because literally yesterday when I was having a meltdown, when I was like, oh my God, I recorded the audio wrong. It's completely fucked. It's a throwaway. You were like, shit happens. It's all right.
Inside I'm going, fuck.
Sorry,
No, I
go
wasn't.
Chelsea.
But I said to her, you're pushing it too hard for fixing people. I don't know what it is. There's something out there when you've posted it and blah, blah, blah. When I went through,
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, when I went through I thought it was just going to be my first, my last name, a bit about myself, and that was it.
That's the form you filled in.
Yeah, the form that I was filling in. When I saw that as what's something that went through, what's something that you've been through, and then how'd you overcome it, and blah, 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 I instantly turned off and was like, this feels like a therapy session. It no longer feels like Bevies with Burn. And Bevies with Burn is heartwarming and warming. And no matter what happens when you walk in here, you're just here to have a chat. And I feel like Mum's forcing the fact that someone's going to come in here, talk about something that they've gone through. You guys are going to give them wisdom and talk it through. And then that's going to be okay. There's going to be people who won't even scratch the surface of what they've gone through. They just want to come in here. And for me, when I first walked in here and you started talking, I was like, ooh, this is daunting. Both of you are looking at me. There's a camera staring at me. I don't want to.
Auntie Linda said that. Auntie Linda said, "Why it's gonna, it's
I
really
did.
daunting
I feel
with
like
two people
I
on
felt
one."
like it was an interrogation, and then I'm like, there's gonna be people who won't even scratch the surface of how they feel because of all of this here, and both of you staring at me. I think you're missing the whole concept of it was Bevies with Burn. It was here for you to come in, have a conversation, learn from someone, see if you can give them something if you wanted to, but you're missing the whole concept of just getting to know someone and just having a Bevy with Burn. It's just missing that fact.
So are you saying that because we've now changed the name of the podcast, that now doesn't convey the warmth and the invitation that the original name did?
Not necessarily, because I don't
or
even
was
know
it the form specifically?
Well, I think it all just came together, but I don't know what your opinion is on this. I've never heard your opinion. For Mum's situation, I feel like I don't know. I'm talking about this as Mum. I'm not pushing, but
no.
Just everything collectively just started to change, and you started to, I think, Mum started to lose a sight of why she really started this, which was to just have a warming, come in here, have a conversation. Not necessarily, it was just like, it was the initial fact of like, oh, no Bevies with Burn anymore. Oh, the form said this. Oh, everything's not going the way you wanted to do, because I'm sure you guys would have had a great chat. I'm sure.
I'm waiting for my turn to talk. But yeah,
I'm sure.
Do we need a talking stick?
no.
I'm sure you guys had like a great conversation and everything yesterday, but I don't know. I feel like you specifically are coming in here to wanting to fix people and wanting to make sure and make an imprint on, but you're just totally
That's how it's feeling on the form, because that was never our intention anywhere.
Yeah.
And just, I know you want to go, I just want to interject there that everything so far has been driven by me. Georgia has just gone, yep, let's do that. Yep, let's do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So for me, it was evolving and it felt right. But the minute you said that, you triggered the fuck out of me. Hence my demeanour. But I think that's really good. When did you get so fucking wise? Like,
sorry, I burped and said, excuse me. Anyway.
Okay, so for me, I think everything that you've said is really, really valid, but I also pointing out that because we live together, we have conversations on a daily basis, and you come once a week and we chat, and we don't really, when we come, we talk about you. When you come, we talk about you. So we don't really tell you and keep you updated on what we've been doing. And over the last couple of weeks, everything has really evolved quite quickly as well.
It has.
Like, Mum woke up one day and she goes, I've got a new name for the podcast. This is what I want it to be. And I'm like, cool, we'll make that work. But we also had a conversation yesterday before we put out the social media post of, I think we need to put in a little a disclaimer to everything that we post, is that discernment is like key in everything that you consume. And if something resonates with you, perfect, take it. If it doesn't, then fuck it off. You don't
Leave it.
need to have it. Because I think the biggest thing for me when I came on board with this was that I don't want us to seem like gurus. I don't want us
God,
to,
no.
and the whole cult aspect. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want us to start a cult.
She's very like, I don't want it to be
We're
a cult.
not becoming a cult.
But I think that's where Bevies and Burn was warm. And I get that you're not in the title, and I get that Mum is trying to
include her,
you.
'cause she is part of it.
But anytime that someone says Bevies and Burn, it's what you make the videos with. Bevies and Burn from the start was, it just clicked. It just went. Mum was excited about it. It was Bevies and Burn, and then when you were like, okay, I want to jump in on this, and I want to, Mum's just like, I can't just be Bevies and Burn because it's not just me, and I get that.
And no, but I pushed that a little too because I was like, well, I'm an equal partner in this now.
100%.
So I want to be recognised. But I also think
But
you're
can I
not
just say she doesn't want Bevies with B and G because it's too close to Bevies with BJ, blowjob.
But that's what's going to get you viral because everyone's going to say Bevies with B and J, and then that's what's going to get you viral.
No, I think, but
It's not B and J. She's not a J. She's a G.
Yeah, but Bevies and blowjob.
But taking into consideration how
Happy
much the vision for the business itself, for the Heart-Led Lives legacy has evolved and changed over the last couple of months. Like, we've also both grown and the idea has grown. So it isn't exactly the same as the original idea that Mum had. It's become something and not entirely different. The base concept has stayed the same, but it's grown in and of itself.
I do have to say though, I find and I think what triggered me the most when you were talking was that you said it just seems so clinical. I think you actually even used the word clinical.
Jesus
to
Christ,
me,
really?
when she said that, it's like wounds to wisdom. It's like, yeah, it's not like in terms of jargon in the circles that we navigate, yes, it's perfectly normal words. But wounds to wisdom would probably scare the shit out of a lot of people because it's like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? And I never ever wanted that. I always wanted it to just be a cuppa. Let's just sit and have a cup of coffee and see what comes out.
But that's what I was saying is you were losing that vision. You were so caught up. It's just too hard because nothing was going your way, and you were losing sight that it was just a cuppa with your daughter. It was just a cuppa with your friend. And then I think that's where I started to bring up with, well, what happened with Bevies and Burn? Now it's wounds to wisdom, and no wonder why people are thinking in there going that they're showing their wounds and you guys are giving wisdom. I get that you think that's what that's going to look like, but
See,
no, that's not what we did.
Interesting.
It is, isn't it? Perception is everything here because that's not at all what we were
but
going for.
also, like, everyone that I've told about the podcast and the business itself, like, and I've said, well, it's the Wounds to Wisdom podcast. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's so good. Like, that's
maybe they were
really
lying.
nice. Could you imagine?
Maybe
I'll
they
tell
were just
you.
telling you that they're happy to see you off the couch doing something with your life rather than actually giving you something. You know how we say something but we don't actually mean it. So maybe we need to revisit that because I'm already feeling lighter. I'm already feeling better. And you know what? I'm okay to change it 20 times until we get it right. I don't care.
it doesn't have to be Bevies with Burn, but it also could be Wounds with Wisdom, but there could be something softer to call it. Like Wounds and Wisdom could be your business name, but your podcast name.
The business name is the Heart-Led Lives legacy.
Because that's ultimately what we are trying to do is get people to come back to who they are authentically from the heart.
Yeah.
And that's all we want to do. And by sitting here and chatting about our lives, it just allows people to process stuff that hasn't been processed, or just to put things into perspective just a little bit better. That's all it was ever about.
Yeah, I think maybe just a video out there saying that, but the initial...
But see, also taking into consideration that we've made 3 physical posts on the social. Like, we only launched the social media last week, and we haven't even gotten to the stage of really explaining what this new brand new thing is. Like, people don't know what we're doing and what we're about because we've only put out the mission statement and a story. Like, that's really it. Like, people don't know.
But maybe what I take from that is that it is too serious. Maybe we just need to lighten up. Who wants to be fucking serious all the time? Let's just lighten up and have fun with it rather than try. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Totally picking up what you're putting down, and it resonates with me. So for me, I'm getting a body going. Yeah, I hear you, and I think we need to do something about it. So.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to change the name. It just the name popped out at me because Bevies and Burn was warm, and then you were so like, no, this is the name. We need to do this, blah blah blah. Like, you were just so like, you had a vision, but the vision was not what you first initially started with.
Maybe it's my fault that you're like so set on it because I'm the one that has done the work to change everything and make the new emails when you change the podcast name and I'm like, I roll my eyes. I do. I'm like, again, you've changed it again. Now it's a new email and another email.
Hot bevies with hot baristas. You know, like, it doesn't. I don't fucking know. I'm spitting, all right? I'm spitting the facts.
Yeah, literally.
Hot bevies with hot Bernies. Ernie and Bernie.
And that's why we only bring them in on Friday.
It's actually going to be a Tuesday.
At the end of the month.
So, I don't know. I just feel like it could still be that, but maybe get your story out a bit better, but also at the same time, like, you guys have it's only 2 weeks. Give yourself some slack.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I think you lost your vision. I don't even know what your vision is because you're too quiet over there.
Well, sometimes it's hard to get a word in.
Wasn't it our podcast?
Yeah. She's
so
like,
now it's called Chelsea's Wisdom Tune Spirit.
she's like, Georgia's just here for the ride. Like, I don't know what you're doing, so
You're
just
actually
do you.
really annoying me. Please leave the room.
I think we should have a vote.
I think we should have a vote on who we get rid of Georgia. Say aye. Aye.
Uh-huh.
Mum. Say aye.
I'm not coming into this.
I reckon we should have a vote on if we should get rid of Mum. Say aye.
Aye. Sorry.
See ya.
It's definitely a lot to then think on because I do feel like I take a step back in terms of making like the big decisions because I mean, like, in my head, ultimately this has been your brainchild, and for me, I'm like, I want to do whatever I can to help you get this off the ground and get it going, but also be a part of it because I think it's fucking fantastic and I want to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, I think, like, my brain always comes back to, like, this was her idea. So, you know, give her the creative rights that she deserves.
Because I also think that it can be done together, and I like the fact that we're building a legacy together. I love that.
Or
I
you
think
should
that's great.
you should do bevies with Burn, and then, like, you know, people put in brackets T's and C's apply. You should be T's and C's Georgia and be like the small little,
I don't
like,
want to be the
bracket.
T's and
No,
C's.
no, just with Georgia.
Yeah, with
really small.
with really small rebranded.
Oh my God. So that equal partnership we talked about,
It's
not
really
happening?
85% 25. Like, it's really not anything. But I don't know. I feel like you guys will figure it out, but I just feel like
We will.
You guys have just gone in at a bullet a gate and forgotten what you're really here
I
for.
don't think we've
I
been
don't
at a
think-
bullet a gate.
I
No, I
also-
disagree with that.
But I also don't think we've forgotten what
You
the
guys-
mission is. Like, we have always kept the mission and what we want to do and put out in the world in the forefront. Always. I think maybe the translation of that may have gotten a little lost. But in saying that, I actually really like Wounds to Wisdom. I wasn't sold on the Heart-Led Lives legacy, but I love Wounds to Wisdom personally. But again,
W's.
like,
W's in the chat. That's how I see it. Anyway, it's whatever you guys want. I'm just here on a Tuesday for the food and your washing.
and all of our skincare products.
Yeah.
Just everything we own. And my Maltesers.
And some spray.
Tickles.
and that. So I really couldn't give a flying.
Couch tickles.
So she comes here, she uses us and abuses us and then
and
leaves.
goes.
What's a daughter for?
Drains us.
What do you expect?
Leech. I love
Are you going to pay for the water you're using right now? What is expensive, man?
So when you get famous from me, where's my cut? Where's my cut? Yeah. I'm just taking my cut now, all right?
When you get famous from me, girl, who didn't even want to come in and record today, when you get famous from me.
let's
No,
reel
actually,
that
let's
back
not.
and let's go over here now. So didn't want to come in and record today because someone was feeling quite vulnerable.
Because the lights are dimmed and you probably can't see it. It's dark in here.
So just a little bit of context for our listeners. Chelsea's been working really hard on her eczema. Now, in this household, we believe that our emotions show up as physical signs in the body. So her eczema has been there since birth and she brought it in from a past life, but she is actually still working on the lesson she didn't learn from that. So would you care to share a little bit about where you're at on that? In terms of where you're at, because I told you where you're at on the couch. So you're at that whole competition stage.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I fucking hate this so much.
Do you?
I don't know what it is. Like you saying like, let me talk to the, like, let's just talk about the listeners and like and you're bringing like the YouTube
Giving
listeners.
a bit of context
I know,
back.
but now I feel like I'm talking in front of a whole. Now I'm just like, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't know.
Really?
Back to literally when we were just like yapping and talking, I was so freely to do it. And the moment you're like, all right, so we're just going to give our listeners a content. Now I literally feel like there's
Isn't that
thousands of
funny?
people watching me.
See, I have zero cares at all.
But
I do
that's-
not care.
But that's because you've done the work on that now.
But
She's
also
at that part.
But also at the same time, like,
Go on, say it. What?
Do you want me
Say
to talk
it.
about how my shit's green right now?
but no one can see that.
No one can
no
see
one
my
can see that.
green shit.
But you are very right. In this lighting, you can't, nothing,
I know.
none of it. And look how much you're actually starting to scratch. I don't scratch my face. You do scratch
don't
your
know,
face.
I'm just-
You're rubbing it the hell
No,
out of it at the moment.
I don't know. I just felt like I don't know. That felt really like daunting.
Okay. So you don't like being put on the spot.
And I also hate that, like, I don't know. I think it's the layout of you both looking at me, and then now I have to express myself with two people looking at me, and then also let's just put out. I'm just spitting.
This is literally kind of how we would sit on the couch. He would sit in between us. I might sit on the other end of the couch.
but I never can see you in my vision. That's the best thing. So I just hear you. I'm looking at Mum. When do I ever look at you when I'm actually talking about my shit? Let's be real. When do I ever give you eye contact? I always look at Mum.
The last time you did. The last time
because you were getting on my
pissed
nerves.
with me. Yeah.
You were getting on my
I
fucking
know,
nerves.
right? So then you and I just sat
She was
back.
the only person I said help. I said,
she
you're
needed
out
a
of my peripheral
lifeline.
vision.
She needed to call
Actually,
a friend.
no, I put my whole back to you. I turned and I put my whole back to you. I said, don't talk to me right now.
Lucky I don't take offence to it. But that's okay. It is what it is. And we're just having a conversation. We're just doing what we're doing.
Anyway, I don't.
See, but Karen said the same thing. She said she sat down and she was like, oh, I don't know what to talk about. And it did. While we were sitting there recording it, I was like, this feels really staged and phony and it's not a conversation.
So how do we get that without getting that?
Well, see, and when you think about just one point Chelsea brought up is the setup of us two over here and them over there. We can't really change that because our room is quite restrictive to how we do
there's
that.
There's nothing stopping from Mum sitting here and I'm sitting over there, because then I feel like I have a friend. Then I feel like I can turn to you and it's not all on me. Like there's nothing.
Get up, change. Get up and change.
This is nice.
Oh, I don't
So
mind
how
being
does
here.
that feel?
That's great. Thanks for the water.
Don't drink it, it's mine. Chelsea.
Chelsea knows no boundaries.
You backwash now. Dad says you always backwash.
Careful.
I'm careful. I'm just getting comfy. I'm getting comfy like I'm on the couch.
Sorry. Okay, go.
Actually, this feels really good.
Sorry.
Are you okay over there on your own?
What do you mean she's on her own? She's with me. She's with me.
But
Hello?
are you okay there though? Is this feel
don't
okay
care.
to you?
I
Because
don't
this
care.
started as your chair.
If I had
How about you guys swap?
If I had a say in anything, I would sit in my chair because that's my chair and I love my chair.
Then swap.
And and it was really funny when when us three sit on the couch, you sit next to Mum and I sit all the way down on the other end of the couch.
Swap.
No, I want to stay here. I like this.
You can stay there for now, but I would be more inclined to sit there because
You know what maybe we should do? We should change it up and let anybody sit wherever they want to sit. Like when literally the person, our guest comes in, we let them choose where they want to go.
It's that chair, hey, it gives you wisdom. It gives you some power. I literally sat in it and I was like, oh my God.
oh my God.
What is this?
I was looking at the power. It was too much to handle.
Oh my God.
I feel so much more relaxed
Actually,
now.
I feel comfortable now too.
So, okay.
So that's really interesting. It's good though. This is good because it's now given us something a little bit better to chew on.
Yeah, chew on
Isn't that what we're all about?
sticky steak?
Chew on the fat.
She said chew on the fat. You can't even judge me on what I just said.
She said
What did she say?
sticky steak.
What is sticky steak?
She acted so shocked and she was like, wait, what is that?
Bro, you lie out of your teeth.
I don't.
You just tried to act shocked to be on her side.
Okay, so the
about we just-
seating arrange, like having people sit wherever they want.
How about we just get a
that's
long-ass
super
couch?
simple.
We always went for
We
a couch.
did think about a couch, yes.
Babies with burn on a couch. I need a pillow.
It's definitely a lot to consider, but I'm also taking into consideration that it's actually a Saturday and my brain
turned off yesterday
my brain
at
doesn't-
5 o'clock.
my brain
and it
doesn't
hasn't turned back
work
on yet.
on a weekend. So it's definitely stuff that will be tabled for Monday.
I feel so much more better here. How do you feel, Mum?
Oh, cool. It doesn't bother me.
That's great.
I've done the work.
She just said, it's okay. She patted you on the head and then slapped you
I
across the
did
face.
not. What I did is she put the ball, served it to me, and I just slam dunked
She
it back
checkmated
at her.
you.
I feel
So now sitting in a chair that's not in the perceived limelight, would you like to talk about your shirt?
mine's not green.
Okay, my shit's green at the moment, all right?
Right.
It's actually kind of cool, but anyway.
Well, that's the stuff that I would love.
I'll love.
The stuff that Elle gave me, for the for my eczema when I had that
charcoal
made mine green. As I looked it up, I was like, "Holy shit!" I told you. 'Cause remember
Your shit was green.
Yeah, I told you because remember you said how Jack's was really really bad because they were going.
Yeah, but
through
I was telling
medication.
you my shit. I was like, oh my God, my shit's green. And you're like, oh, my shit's green too. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, because what I'm
You
taking.
heard it here, folks, first.
I was
Shits are
I was
green.
taking that stuff to get rid of the chemicals when I gave myself a chemical burn.
Yeah.
And it just literally gets rid of anything through. So whatever I ate, I didn't have time to process the nutrients. That's why it's that light green.
I don't know why mine's turned green.
I love how you actually
looked it
research. You research and you have a
cramp,
look.
any fart,
She's like-
anything that's different. I'm like, am I pregnant?
What is it? Is it WebMD? And you're like, oh my God, I'm dying.
Literally. But make sure you do it on Google, not Chrome.
Chelsea's our hypochondriac child. She's the one that thinks that she's got everything every 5 minutes.
No, I just
Also think she's
Annie
pregnant
Sue
every 5 minutes.
is on speed dial at the moment, isn't she? Being a nurse, she's on speed dial all the
took a
time.
pregnancy test when I didn't even have sex. Because I was bloated. Telling you guys, watch out. Stay safe.
She's
If
like,
it's not on, it's not on.
she's like, definitely haven't had
boy.
sex this month, but I could be pregnant. Miraculous conception? Yes. I think she's really like really hinting at you talking about your shit. Because I think she's kind of sick of you calling her 7 times a day, 7 days a week.
That's just because I feel safe to do that. And it's,
She
in
doesn't-
it's in the moment. I'm really happy right now because we're all laughing and we're in a room together, and the last thing I want to do is bring that up because I'm happy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, when I'm in the moment and I call you, it's because I want to deal with my shit then and there. The shit that I want to
I
deal-
get that. No matter what I'm doing.
shit
But she
that I
also
wanted to
doesn't
deal
need
with-
to know that you're just walking down to the shops to buy lollies. Like, she doesn't need to know those things.
I wish I was walking to the shops to buy lollies. I'm walking to the shops to get tuna these days. Not happy, man.
Bro.
No, I wanted to deal with my shit over in the couch before, when I said, you know what, save it for in here. But now I'm in a really good mood. And I
You
can't...
can still, you can still
I
deal with.
can't-
Stop. You can still stop. Let me talk because you always want to talk. You can still deal with your shit without having it drag you down. You don't. It doesn't have to affect you like that.
I know, but like I don't know where to start because I forgot about it.
Well, she just called you on it, so just start there.
But I don't, like it's just on my face, that's it. Like I don't even know where to start.
But it's on your face for a reason. You've just had a massive life transition. You've just moved into a brand new house, out of a house that was really negative and gross.
I'm listening.
Well, why are you giving her eye contact?
If my head was facing that way.
I think she's trying to block you out.
Do you want to take over because she's not listening to
I
me?
am listening to
No,
you.
you're not. You want to take over?
It's not even that bad.
It's not. So that's what I'm saying.
So why? But
Why we're here?
No, no.
Gets out of the room.
But the thing is, I look at it and I go, "That's not. You've had 10 times worse than that." But on the couch, I walked past and I heard you saying that you don't want. You'll record this video, but you don't want it to go out because you don't want people to see you like that.
Yeah, but it's not bad in this lighting. When I walk out, the thing is,
But that's not the point.
Listen. I don't
It's
want
not
it.
the
Listen.
point. It's not
Listen,
the point.
listen. Fuck you guys and listen. Shut up.
I'm scared.
Shut up. I said it's not the point if it's bad or not. I don't want it. It's still there. It's still there. It should not be there.
Help me.
Okay, so what have you done since the last time we've spoken to you about it? Because
The last
gave
time
you.
I spoke about it was with Elle, and that was practically
Can we just say Elle is our kinesiologist?
that was my helpline. Elle is my god.
She goes, "I think I'm pregnant. Can
She's
you
on
test?"
speed dial too. Can you just test if I'm pregnant?
I'm like, hey Elle. Hey.
She hates
She's
to
like,
see you coming. Not her
She
again.
immediately gets not active on Facebook. I'm like, I knew you were active 2 minutes ago. Please answer me.
I know you've read this.
Bro.
Bro.
The last time I spoke to her was when I got that chemical, when it was already red, and then I cleaned out that fridge with CLR and got that chemical burn. Then she gave me that stuff I was talking about that made my poo green. And then I did the almond. She didn't actually recommend the almond bath. I just did that, and that really helped. Anytime I do almond bath, it's not even on my face.
You notice the minute she started talking about it, she's actually
Touching it.
yeah.
But we
No, what was the point in that?
But we gave
I
you
just-
the last time we spoke. We gave you a cake recipe to follow for step. You wanted a step by step on what to do when things started flaring up and stuff. Have you moved forward from that yet? Like, what's your next step?
Have you implemented that, or has the transition in your life, moving into a new home, have you not settled yet enough to be able to start at that?
No, not really. I feel like my life's still up in the air everywhere because I don't have a washing machine, don't have a couch. Like, you know how, like, I just feel like I can't settle just quite yet until like I've got everything. But that doesn't have anything to do with if I'm having a flare up. I can still do all the things. Like when I was having that flare up the other night, I put the tapping on, I put the meditation on, and nothing was stopping it. Like, it was just absolutely itchy. I was frustrated. I was second day on my period. And then I was like, fuck this. I went for a shower, and I sat in the shower. I was like, fuck, I'm paying for all this water that's going down the fucking shower. And then I got out, and I did, like, the almond thing. And I was just sitting there crying. I was crying, and Aiden came in. He's like, is everything okay? And I, like, turned around. TMI. blood running down my legs and everything. And I just looked at him and I was like, get out! And I looked like I had killed someone. And he looked down and I've never seen the horror on his face. He just never scurried away so quicker. He was like, oh shit. And I was like, I literally looked like I just killed someone. I'm like, get out! Keeps me up at night, you know, man. I was like,
It was probably more so the look in your eyes that he saw would have been like, I'm next, I'm going to go.
because I just like sobbing. I was like, I was literally like sobbing, putting the almond on, and I like was naked. And he walked in. I was like, is everything okay, sweetheart? And I just turned around. Get out.
You know what I just got? I wonder if there is a correlation between, because you know when you were doing gymnastics and you were like, 5 days a week, whatever it was, and it was so much, and your periods were really good back then. Like you
never
didn't
had
have painful periods.
There was times, but yes, I like it was 100% no when I was doing really religious exercise and in gymnastics I wasn't in that high level state where they were making me eat certain things. Like I was still going home and eating what I wanted and blah blah blah. But yeah, it was less painful. And like these periods, like this period just happened. I had to take one Panadol. I'm not Georgia who's like
So
fiending for
it's
it.
still, so what you're saying is that they're still not painful,
They're not.
but are they more heavy?
There's times where I've never I've never had a heavy and light one. It's always been the exact same. It's always been 5 to 7 days. I've never had a irregular
Okay.
period.
All right.
But
The joys.
But I've yeah, but I've worked hard for that, man. Like,
What do you mean?
I eat well, I regular exercise, I make sure that like, because I thought like endometriosis was like really, really like, I think you have endometriosis. Like,
Yeah,
with
I'm not going to lie.
I think yours aren't like when people are like, oh, it's because what you eat, what you put in your mouth and what you do with your body. I think you've got something going on. But I don't.
But in saying that, you've been the last couple have been really good since you've been working with that. Yeah,
And use it, and this time using the organic pads.
yeah.
Like not using the
Oh
other
yeah,
stuff.
and those pads that you bought, remember that big box? They were great. Don't know what was in them.
Nothing
Remember,
that's
pom-pom
going to
flats,
harm your body.
But anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Everything. What did she say then? What are you looking like that? Did I miss something?
No. Anyway, but I've never, like my period, I've always been able to say I'm grateful to have a good period because I've never missed one, never been on, like it's always either 2 days out or 2 days before, like it's always been around the same day. And I always start at the, like I'll do a bit, like I have my period at the start of the month and then I'll get to December and I'll migrate all the way to the end of the month and I'll migrate all the way, like it's always been regular. But I've like, I don't think anything has to do like
There's no correlation. There's what you're trying to say.
No, it makes my emotions heightened and I feel more and like it's always like the first day I get my period, I'm like, oh, I'm in pain. Then the next couple of days I'm like nothing. They're like the last 4 days of a period's a breeze, absolute breeze. It's just, oh, I'm bleeding, whatever. I'm just gonna put a pad on.
Okay.
But like I don't think there's any correlation to it. It just was like I think my emotions were heightened because I was just pissed. I was like, why am I itchy? I can't stop itching. I'm so pissed. I've done everything. I've done all the resources.
But you do realise with you saying that and doing that, you are actually working your nervous system up even more so. When you actually remember when we went through the breathing and you actually learnt how to breathe down into your belly, that brings you back into your parasympathetic system and out of your nervous system. So maybe that is the very first thing you need to be doing is actually breathing properly first.
I did. I'm telling you, I went through all of those stages.
Okay.
Until I just went for another shower. But
What pissed you off the most? What made you frustrated the most?
What frustrated me the most is that I just did all the hard work for 5 days. 5 days of almond bath, getting rid of that chemical burn, taking those things religiously. My skin was perfect. I didn't even have one eczema, like where my eyes were, where my mouth was. My neck was great. I hadn't been itchy. And 5 minutes is all it took. 5 minutes for me to just sit there and be like, oh my God, why am I so itchy? And then I just... and then gone just like that. And I know that the next
Gone. The beautiful skin was gone, and all the redness
the hard work of putting that in and everything gone in 5 minutes. All it does is take 5 minutes, and I know that it's going to take 3 days for it to go down, because what it does is it gets really, really red like that, and then my skin gets like grandma, and then the third day it's when it starts to peel, and that's when I can't even put makeup on or anything because it's all peeling and gross, and sometimes I can't even open my eyes because of the hood, and then I know that I'm stuck like that for the next 5 days, and then after the 5 days the cycle restarts again. Something happens, and then
Do you think you're self-sabotaging?
probably
the.
I don't know, because like what pissed me off is I was lying in bed and I was sitting there and I was like, go down into your heart and ask what it was, and nothing came up. I'm like, there's no reason for me to be itching, and that's what pissed me
But
off.
if you're self-sabotaging, it doesn't matter what question you ask yourself, you're not going to get an accurate answer.
Well, how?
Because you were sitting there like this, all totally closed up, going, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, because you were closed up and you were already angry and cranky with yourself.
What
How are
is
you going to hear your higher self
self-sabotaging?
say something?
So usually when you're doing work like this and an instance of self-sabotage comes up, it usually means that there's either another layer or a core issue that you haven't reached yet that you're subconsciously don't want to look at. So your body's putting all of these things in place to ensure that you're not able to reach the core issue or peel back that layer.
Probably. Then that sounds really correct, because there's no reason in my life. There's no stress. There's nothing that could be affecting. I'm the most happiest I've been. I've got a freaking unit. My relationship is the best I've been. I'm now at the stage where I can save, because I know I don't have any like in my head big things where like I have to move and pay a bond and blah blah blah. Like there's no reason, and that really resonates with me, because there's no reason for me to be itchy. And the thing is, I'm working towards what I've always wanted to work towards. In 6 weeks, I get to have a free photo shoot. That should be freaking exciting for me, that I get to show off and start my...
There it is. She's self-sabotaging because the photo shoot's coming up, because that's going to be where she's really seen.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
And I think there
There
would
it
also
is.
be an element of the competition in there as well, because it's photo shoot
Oh,
with
totally.
other females doing the same program.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
But
I'm not feeling...
When you haven't
looked at when you're not in alignment with yourself and comfortable with yourself, you consciously or subconsciously are always looking for that external validation. So it doesn't matter whether you go into that photo shoot thinking you're going to compare yourself to those other women. You're going to, no matter what, consciously or subconsciously.
Yeah.
So that would be the element of competition in an aspect of it.
Yeah, because like anytime I see the photo shoot, I can't see myself with no eczema. Like I can't see myself to go up there.
There
And
it is.
It's embarrassing, because
That's
like
it.
to me it's embarrassing, because I'm like, oh, the makeup artist. Like when I was sitting in that wedding chair, I wasn't getting wetted, but and when I was sitting there and the poor lady, my eczema on my eye and my lip, she's like, you sure you want to put it on there? And I was like, yeah, like just try and hide it. And like my eye was watering, and I just was such a like fucking like, holy shit. Like I don't want to have eczema on this day. I want to look good for the photos, but yet all I'm doing is getting worse and worse. And the whole time I had my lip balm in my hands and I was smearing it on my lips and blah, blah, blah. And my eye was watering the whole time because she put makeup on it. And I just tried to push through all those like nice photos and blah, blah, blah. But it just got worse. And
Can I just ask, do you believe you can get rid of your eczema?
No, honestly,
Yeah,
at this
there
point, I
it
feel
is.
like I can't, because the moment I do, it comes back. Like I'm
Yeah.
saying, it's like that 5-day ritual. Like I literally, like...
So you do understand that you're reaffirming that every time you say that, and every time you reaffirm the cycle, it's just going to keep repeating whilst you're reaffirming it. You need to start to rewrite that cycle.
Yeah, I like started to, like when I first started with Elle, I was like, holy shit, like this is like good, like I'm starting to, but it just one thing after the other happened.
Of course.
At that
How
toxic.
can you expect to have eczema all your life and have it go like that in a couple of sessions? You've had, what is it, nearly 21
but
years
that's
of
just
eczema.
it. That's just it. When will it go away? You're saying you just said you can't expect it to go away like that.
Yeah.
Well, then that means I'm just going to expect it to be here forever because I can't expect it to go away like that.
No, I
expect it-
disagree.
No, you've
If
gotta
you
do the
believe you can
work.
go like that, it's gone
Yeah, but
tomorrow.
how much work is there? Like the thing. No, but the thing that's what it is. It's the unknown of knowing how much work there is. So I'm just gonna sit here and go. I'm gonna have that. Like I'm gonna fix it, and then something's gonna happen. Because when do I know I've done the work? When do I get to know that? Oh, in 5 years' time, you'll actually get rid of it. Oh, I don't know.
When you use language like that, yes, it's fair. That's how you're feeling. But when you use language like that, in my head, I go, you don't want to fix it. You don't want to put in the work to fix it because of the language you're using right now. So that if I'm hearing that, that's all your body's hearing.
Well, not really, because I've gone from Monica from when I was in school. I started with Monica when I was in school. So grade 10. I'm now 5-6 years out of school, and all I'm hearing for 5-6 years is you've got to put in the work to get rid of it. You've got to make sure you show up. And
Who told you that?
You, Monica. I'm talking.
Never have that has that come out of my
That
mouth.
sentence just said, you literally both of you just said you need to put in the work.
No, I said it doesn't
No.
sound like it. But you also take into account that not every practitioner works for everyone.
What I'm saying is I've had 6 years of, oh yeah, like I'm not saying I'm giving up, or I'm not saying, I'm just confused and upset because I've been putting in the work. I've been doing what I'm listening to my body, and when I listen to my body, it goes all correct. But at the end of around the corner, there's always another eczema spot. There's always another. So now I'm like, well, might as well just sit here and have it, because when's the next corner where it is gone. That's what
You
I'm.
know,
Am I allowed to talk now, please?
Oh, sorry. Okay, go.
You have, all you are looking at is one moment in time right now. You are not looking at all the wins you've had over the last 5 years. You are not looking at, you only dabbled. When I was paying for your kinesiology, you only dabbled in it. You were not fair dinkum. I would say for the last 2 years, you have been fair dinkum about rectifying it and getting rid of it. So I would not say it's 5 years, say it's 2 years. So 2 years out of 21 years is not really, and like, for me, if I'm really, really honest, it could go tomorrow. It'd be gone tomorrow. You don't believe you can get rid of it. And that's where it stems from, here. You don't believe you can get rid of it. So that's the language you need to start to change before anything's going to change.
And I think you also have to take into consideration, you came into this life with this. So that's a past life experience with this.
At least one.
At least one. And then you've got 21 years of this life with that.
Reaffirming it.
How many layers do you think that is?
Exactly. So fuck, I could have it till I'm 40.
But you're going to have it until you're 40 because that's the language you're using.
But that's literally what you just said. How many layers do you think it would be?
Can we just breathe? We're getting a little.
But I'm also trying to just put it into perspective for you. That like, it's big. It's not a small thing. It's big because it has been a past life and all of this life. So it is big. But again, because of the language you're using, I personally think that you're self-sabotaging.
And focusing on the wins. You're focusing on the losses. You're focusing on every time it turns up. That is more energy going into that than you going, fuck, my skin looks really good today. Oh, it looks really good. Even if it doesn't. Fake it till you make it. There is so much truth in faking it till you make it, because the more you tell your brain and your body that, the more it will begin to believe it. What you're telling it now is that it's shit. It's always there. It comes there's a cycle to it now. That's just putting it more into absolute, solidifying it into your story rather than rewriting it. And you are powerful. Look what you just manifested. You manifested your perfect life with this one annoying little pisser of a thing that keeps turning up. And that's how you treat it. You've learnt how to self-care. You've learnt how to self-love. You've learnt how to slow your life down and do things and fill your cup and to enjoy life. But this one thing you still spend 85% of your time focused on it being there rather than focusing on, fuck, it's a beautiful day. Man, I'm going to have a great time at work today. I enjoy this. I do this. Reaffirming your beautiful life rather than reaffirming the one thing that you don't like about your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you not hearing what you want to hear?
No.
Because I feel like you've closed off.
I haven't closed off. I'm listening. Brevs. Oh my God. I talk and I get shut off, or
But
I'm
it's
listening.
your body language that says that you've closed off.
No,
She's
I'm
gone
actually,
into the fetal position.
No, I'm actually tired because I'm like, yeah, that's great. No, I'm listening. You'll know when I shut
So
off.
is there something, do you get any intuitive hits whilst I'm saying things like that? Is there?
I'm just like, it's nothing you haven't told me, is where I'm at. Like, it's nothing you haven't told me. I hear it every single time I come here that I'm whatever attitude I reiterate, I bring in, I get that. But like, there's times where I've brought in that positive attitude and I'm like, even when my skin's shit, I'm like, I'm looking great and blah, blah, blah. But I just doesn't, I don't know, it just seems to fucking come back all the time. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
I like how you said there's times. There's times I do it.
Give me a damn cheesecake. I feel like a cheesecake.
And we're going to eat ourselves to being happy.
I got this mad pigsty coming up.
What aren't you seeing?
What aren't you
Well,
seeing?
you've already got eczema on your eyes. Now you've got a pigsty coming up. It's like, you know what I think you're not seeing? Your beautiful life, your beautiful body, your beautiful.
Yeah, but how can it help me see that? I know I have all of that, but why can't I see that? I look in the mirror at the gym and I'm like, I've worked so fucking hard for where I'm at. Why can I not see that? Why can I only see what I need to fix? And why can I only see that I've worked so hard for a week, but yet this is how I look and I only look at the ugly parts? And help me see.
It's a belief that you've taken on. Now, we know that came from gymnastics because of your trainer at gymnastics and her belief system. That is where we need to, that's where we were getting to, is like, okay, what have you learned to believe about competition? Is it competition? Is it something that you've learned to believe about how you have to show up in the world, how you have to be perfect?
You know how we watched that podcast? Not that podcast, sorry. That
Boy,
Netflix. The
what's her name?
Biles.
Simone Biles, yeah.
You know how they in that there was like a sentence where they said, it just went, you know the parts of us showing the injuries and stuff, and they said that they were grown up to believe that you push and push yourself until you're broken, because that's what makes
That's where the greatness comes from.
The greatness comes from was when you're broken and when you've pushed yourself into the hardest of what you are. That's what greatness is, and that's what's embedded in me, is that I can't be great if I go and have a day off and listen to my body, because that day off could have led me to win my bodybuilding competition. Like that, those days
Wow.
where I feel that I have been lenient, or I ate that. I ate a bit of a cookie when I wasn't supposed to. Those days where I did not show up and and let myself be lenient, greatness won't show because I didn't push myself until I broke.
So you actually don't know self-love and self-care.
I wouldn't say that. No, I've come a long way with self-love and
She
self-care.
has.
I do know that, but there is always that in the back of the pushing to myself till I'm broken, or the pushing until I am in pain, and that's when I perform, is totally different to the self-love. I get where you're coming from, but self-love to me, like, I used to believe that self-love was doing my brows and my lashes and
And her nails.
and curling my hair and doing my nails. Now self-love is to me is putting that almond milk in the thing, and putting, or like when I want to go do a soak house, I'll go do that. Or when I am lying in bed and I want to do my tapping beard, that's self-love, because that's showing my body that I appreciate it even when it's at its hardest times. So I know what self-love is. This is just the belief pattern of what greatness is to me. What I believe, that you cannot jump up on that bodybuilding stage or could go do a beam routine or a bar routine if you took that day off, because that day off led to sloppiness and weakness because you didn't push yourself when you were at your tired. But that is what we had believed, and that is what that Netflix showed, that like all of those people who won gold medals and everything did it when they were injured, when they were pushing themselves to their hardest. But have you seen what they fucking look like afterwards? That Nadia chick who did the beam when she dislocated her ankle, and she ran and did the vault, sorry, not beam, and shattered her whole ankle. But all they talk about is that vault because it was a perfect 10. She can't do anything. She can't even walk on her ankle at all. Like she fucked her whole life, but she pushed herself because it was the right thing to do, and that's what led her to greatness and gold.
But that was also a old belief.
Yeah.
That was how the trainers trained back then.
Yeah.
But you are not living back then.
No,
You
I'm
are
not.
living now. You had an old trainer that put those beliefs onto you, because she was, what was she?
She was Ukrainian and Russian.
So, and she was really hard on you. She was really, and there was a lot of beliefs that you took on at that time that are now impacting you going into your bodybuilding competition.
I get that, like, because Luda only ever wanted greatness. She only ever wanted the best for us, and she believed, because she was pushed like that, to tell someone in a small sentence, if I'm going to turn around to you and say that was shit, you need to redo that again, your toes weren't pointed, you will never be good enough, that you're going to turn around and be like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna do it, I'm going to show you. But what happened is we turned around and we're like, she's right, we're never going to be great, and I'm going to go redo that vault.
You believed her.
Yell at me. And I believe what she said, 'cause she was my coach. I had to look up to her.
Yeah.
I was supposed to look up to her. And I had someone yelling at me 24/7 that if you don't point your toes, you're not going to make it. You know, you're not great. Go back and do it again. Go back and do it again until you're great. And you're never going to be great, because even if you were, she'd just look at you. And the worst part is when she didn't even say anything. When you did something and she just looked at you and she didn't say anything, you're like, oh fuck. You're like, and like you, every session I rocked up to was to make her, like, what was anything I did was to
For her approval.
For approval. And that's where it comes into anything I do as my coach now. If I don't do those 6K steps, like my minimum 6K steps, I'm looking for approval to see that that's
external
okay. External
validation.
And and like when I was moving, I texted him going, I'm just letting you know that I'm informing you that I haven't been to the gym. I've been eating shit because I don't have a fridge, blah, blah, blah. And he was so like, that's okay. Shit like this happens. Whatever you need to do is what you need to do. He was the most like validating like coach I've ever had in my life. I was like, what do you mean? Where's the yelling? Where's the fuck? Like you ate that? Oh my God, you piece of shit. Like it was just so, but at the same time I was like, oh wow, that's so nice. Like that's really validating. Like I don't feel guilty for what I've done, blah, blah, blah. But then I got too comfortable.
So I guess what you're trying to learn is not to get your validation from outside of you, to actually feel, to come back to your own centre and know who you are and what you want to actually do with your competition.
Yeah.
So that then you are showing up for you, no one else. No one else.
Yeah.
And when you show up for you, it changes the whole dynamics, because then you actually want to do something and accomplish something for yourself and not that external validation.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw 2 beliefs in there. Can you tell me what you found in all of that you just...
Greatness comes from broken and
The external validation.
yeah, that one.
Yeah. So let's just have a look at the first one. Greatness comes from brokenness. Do you believe that?
Not anymore. No, because when I don't want to go to the gym, I don't go to the gym. When I feel yeah, there's always that guiltiness behind it, but I still
So it's still validating that belief.
but I still listen to my body. I'm at that stage.
You might listen to your body, but are you at home going, I should be at the gym?
Yeah,
I should.
yeah.
Yeah. So that is still validating that belief inside you. So I guess coming up with maybe a different self-talk for that. What do you think you could say that is going to be more productive for you than to say what you're already saying, because then this all happens?
I don't know. This is why I'm here.
Oh, so you want us to do the work for you?
So if you're saying this doesn't work, this is bullshit, I'm not good enough, I should have. The I should have's, the minute you say I should, it needs to go out the window and you need to put something else in.
How about
I am.
it's okay that my body needs a break and I don't feel guilty for that,
I like that.
for giving it that.
Yeah, guilty. Something to do with guilty.
Something to do with guilt.
Yep. It is guilt. Because you're sitting there going, I could be at the gym when I've given myself a rest because I'm tired.
Is that enough? Or is there something else that you need to do?
No, it has to be something about guilt. So it doesn't have to be.
No, but I mean, is there also an emotion that, not emotion, a motion you need to do with that will then solidify it as you're saying it? Does that make sense? Like when you do your breathing, that solidifies. Is it something that you're actually doing with your body? Is there something that you can do as you say that helps to solidify that within you?
Do you feel like you need emotion
Yeah.
with it?
Nothing's coming up.
Okay. So that would be enough for you to just rewrite that by saying that.
Yeah, say it again.
It's okay that my body needs it to rest and I don't feel guilty for giving it.
So we actually need to write that down. Hang on.
No, the pen's gone.
Pen's right there.
And that's like, I know for me, when I started...
Ow! Oh.
You write it. Your shit.
This is your health and well-being. Take responsibility for it.
I take responsibility for my health and well-being is what I say every time I do a tapping video. I take full responsibility of my own health and well-being.
The guy,
Yeah.
I love him.
Brad Yates.
He's
Is it
really
Brad Yates?
good.
Brad Gates?
Yates.
Yates, yeah, he's freaking great.
He's really
I love
good.
him.
Shout out, Brad. We love you in this house.
Sponsor us. I literally do the whole thing. I do the whole thing in tapping. Okay,
But
what
that
am I
also
saying?
helps solidify it, yeah? That's why I'm saying, is there emotion there that you need to do?
What am I saying?
Say it, George.
It's okay that my body needs to rest and I don't feel guilty for allowing that or giving that or however you wish to finish it. And I know for me, like when I started eating regularly and putting on healthy weight, I had to go and have a ritual every single morning where I looked at myself in the mirror and just like my undies and my bra and go, I love my body. That's a healthy body. That's how a healthy body should look, because it was really, really scary for me to put on weight because I was like, oh my God, I'm getting fat. Holy shit. So it's every day.
Do you want to just put down there as well what the other one was that we haven't done? There was two beliefs. That was the first
external
belief.
validation.
The external validation is massive. If you don't actually begin to deal with that one now and really get that one, I don't want to say fixed because we're not broken, just under control, I guess. When you go into competition, that one's going to really bite you on the ass.
And let me tell you, from someone who has literally only, like, I would say in the last week, been able to let go of external validation, it is the most freeing and liberating thing I've ever felt. Like, in my whole 9 months of doing all of my work, it is probably one of the biggest and best moments throughout that 9 months because it was amazing to launch a social media and not feel like, oh my God, I've got to see who's looked at, who's viewed it, who's liked it, who's commented, who's followed. I didn't feel any of that, and it was amazing. So,
and trust me, coming from a family of 11 and being second last to that, it was always looking for that validation, always. And, you know, I've become a little girl with a big mouth, big voice, because I didn't ever felt like I was heard or seen being so far down. And I know the girls say something different. They say, you know, you got plenty of, you know, we looked after you, we took care of you, but, you know,
that's not how you
comes
felt.
down to different perspectives of how you see different stories in our lives. And I think she's done. We've got that yawn.
done.
There it is. Well, thank you for opening up. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you for all your suggestions as well. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. We'll take it on board and
Totally.
have a pretty big conversation about all of that as well.
And I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you both. I appreciate you for always calling me on my shit. And I appreciate you for going into business with me and doing all the shit that I don't like
Doing
to
all
do.
all the work, yeah.
But it's like we will evolve. It'll evolve, and anything is okay. I think that's the takeaway here is that everything will be just fine if we just allow it. What?
Nothing.
What are you looking at like that for?
And if your shit's green, you might be dying. So get that checked.
Cancer.
And we just will reiterate there is that take what resonates, leave what
Yeah,
doesn't.
definitely.
This works for us. We love this. We do this regularly every week on family dinner night. We get together on the couch and we've just decided we would do it in here. So,
Yeah. Stop.
so in light of that, thanks, Chelsea. Love you heaps. We hear you, we see you, and we love you. Until next time, peeps. Out.
Bye. Do you say out?
Out.
Oh, out.